Kawhi Leonard is back again. Maybe. He went 15 of 19 from the field in a ridiculous Game 2 performance, and this was despite the Nuggets throwing the kitchen sink at him and, dare I say it, defending him well for most of the night. A significant amount of Kawhi's damage comes in isolation, and the Clippers will space the floor out for him to attack. Look at all the room they're trying to create for him here. Aaron Gordon is slid up to help on his left hand, and then when he drives that way, if Gordon stays in to help, the shooter can lift up out of the corner for an easy catch and shoot. Here's another example from the top of the key. The Nuggets briefly show a double team. Kawhi keeps pounding that dribble to reset it, and if the wing shooter's going to space like that, Kawhi contests the help defender again, and this time he keeps it alive as the defender retreats and then gets to his sweet spot. Peyton Watson did a great job contesting that one, and this is the same spacing concept from the other side. The help defender slides over, Kawhi goes anyway, and Denver probably wants Watson on Leonard. But he only played 13 minutes for offensive reasons, so Gordon's the primary defender. They'll also clear out the wing for him like this. The Nuggets bring multiple bodies to that side for help, and Ivica Zubac flashes middle for a tough little floater. And again, Jokic and the Nuggets will probably live with that shot. Here's another one in the corner against the smaller Jamal Murray. Denver overloads the side with help. Ben Simmons gives Kawhi that passing outlet, and from there, Leonard is trying to use his strength and get to a sweet spot. Aaron Gordon's lurking next to him, but Kawhi's so sturdy, he just doesn't care. Wow. When the Nuggets have a smaller guy on him like this, they want to front him and prevent a touch. So Kawhi says run the pick and roll, and Harden just hits him as he lifts up naturally, and then he can get to his sweet spot, draw a double, and there's that cut to the middle as a release valve, and Denver does so much well here as Jokic doubles, but Murray misses the flash to the middle, and that's all it takes at this level. 2 years ago, we saw very similar defensive principles as the Nuggets bothered Kevin Durant in their playoff series. But Kawhi's ball security in space and his strength through contact are an entirely different animal. He's on the wing here, drives right through Murray like a fullback, and even with Aaron Gordon digging down hard, Kawhi still plows right into his space and creates a clean 13-foot turnaround. The Clippers will also put everyone on the baseline to flatten out the floor for him, and he still methodically gets to a short little pull-up. And here it's the same spacing we've seen from the top. Murray's ready to help on the left hand, but the wing cuts this time, which pulls Murray right out of the way for Leonard. Suddenly he's backing you down at the free throw line and throwing up MJ fadeaways. He missed that one, but his shot making has been insane through 2 games. And if you start thinking about his drive, he throws the huge deceleration move to hop back into a triple. And he's just been moving really well in the last few weeks, which is why the Nuggets are basically throwing the kitchen sink at him right now. Like, look at this isolation on the side, where Jokic is slid over to help, but he's basically guarding no one in a hybrid zone. They ignore Chris Dunn entirely, and maybe Denver will live with that. Here's an actual Nuggets zone, which helps defend James Harden up high, so he moves it to the corner, and now Kawhi's in the same spot with multiple defenders in front of him, and he sort of just autopilots into shot-making mode. On ball screens, the Nuggets switched with smaller defenders. That let Kawhi power his way toward the hoop. He forearms Murray right into a hovering fadeaway. And this one is just ridiculous, where they switch with Murray, Jokic comes over to help, Gordon is sitting right there and backpedals alongside Kawhi, but Leonard goes into self-driving mode next to that ball pressure and ends up with a little 8-footer and a foul. In the fourth quarter, the Nuggets wanted to avoid that switch, so Murray gives him a cushion, jabs at the ball, and all that is so Gordon can recover and they avoid the mismatch, and a low battery leads to a miss. And here's the same setup with a minute left. Murray jumps out at Leonard quickly, Westbrook takes the screener behind him, and now Jamal can just recover to the corner. And even with Westbrook looming, Kawhi activates scoring mode, and that is unfair. Here's another look that extends the previous idea, where Kawhi hunts Michael Porter Jr. This looks like a switch and then a double team from Christian Braun, and late in the shot clock, he bypasses Dunn and takes a near impossible shot instead. And this time it's a touch different because Braun is plugging up any roll while MPJ shows in front of the ball, only to then come double team. And Kawhi probably needs to dribble right at Dunn here, and once they spring the double, if he's not passing it to Dunn, he's basically stuck. On this play, the Nuggets soft switch with Murray, and they conceded that matchup a lot, only Jokic shows a soft double. They're just ignoring Dunn now, and if Kawhi can't make this entry pass, Denver gets to exploit Dunn's lack of shooting. And there was yet a third version of this concept in the game where Porter switches onto Kawhi. The Nuggets bring that double team, only for Porter to switch back onto Dunn. And if Leonard's going to be methodical, Denver can push him back with the double team, and then he expects a passing outlet, but that switch takes everything away and kills the play. So Norm Powell tries to attack Jokic in pick and roll with a low shot clock, and that leaves Leonard open, so he just runs the program for a one dribble jumper. And can we check to see if he's human? There are also different coverages with Nikola Jokic, where if Leonard involves him in the pick and roll, he comes out high to the level of the screen. Kawhi just slips it through, and whoa, a Ben Simmons layup. This time it's slightly different though, where Joker acts like he's dropping back, jabs at him for a second only to actually drop back, and then on the circle through, he nearly steals the pass, only for Leonard to recover it, start using that bionic strength, and his algorithm spits out some crazy fadeaway. So Jokic is trying to show him different looks in the screening action. Here, playing the pocket pass again, Kawhi actually had his eyes down to bait him before throwing it over the top, and that's a great save by Watson. And this time Jokic is way out high, then suddenly blitzes Leonard, and that forces the ball to the least threatening player here. Everyone can recover behind the action, and when it comes back to Kawhi, there's less clock, and he has to deal with Watson's length again. So that last idea is really tricksy aggressive from Denver, where Joker can pretend to drop only to blitz. That sneak attack makes it harder to hit the roller in that spot, and Leonard's forced into an uncomfortable cross-court pass that's nearly stolen. Joker really plays mind games on this one, dropping, then blitzing, then dropping back, and we're right back into our wing isolation coverage from earlier, and this time Kawhi passes out of it, and oh yeah, James Harden's been a challenge to stop too. All these different looks are designed to create indecision, avoid predictability, and stop Zubac's short roll game. And they're really trying to turn Kawhi into a playmaker instead of letting him get to his scoring spots, because Leonard struggles with complex reads and pressure, and high-level passing isn't his forte. I thought this was a much better defensive approach for the Nuggets than their coverages in Game 1. And despite losing Game 2, they were far more successful containing pick and roll and forcing Kawhi into tough shots without compromising their defense. But sometimes, even when you do that, great shot making still wins out. And that's exactly what's happened with the machine-like precision of Kawhi Leonard in this series, who once again looked like one of the greatest playoff scorers that we've ever seen.